I think that people have to understand that when the funeral's over, the memorial service over, grief is not over. One of the things I say is that what our real purpose is in funeral service is get them started right in the grief process, to get them going down the right path. But it is a journey that does not end in that first week or so after the funeral or after everybody goes home. There's more work to be done. We actually have shown the Voices of Grief since it's been released about once every 3 months or so, sometimes more than that, depending on hospices or churches or others that may want to screen it or show it for their group. And so it is a continued way that we can keep out in front of the community. We've done several things from the community outreach perspective as far as providing workshops from ourselves as speaking, bringing in Dr. Wolfelt as a speaker to the community, and then making the Voices of Grief available on a more ongoing basis to the communities. And some people have seen it several times because it's really spoken to them or it's really touched them and helped them. We also see it as a means that you can begin putting together support groups. Often people that come and see the Voices of Grief, they identify others that have similar experience, and a lot of times you're able to take that with the facilitator's guide that goes with the film, and you can begin a support group of people going through similar experiences that give them ongoing help as well as they're going through their grief process. So I think funeral service, and most funeral homes are this way, it's not just let's do the funeral and we're done. We want to try to continue to provide things to the community that will help them in that grief and mourning process.
Mary and I met when we were about 12. We had both gone to a swimming competition and we had both won our races. We started dating when we were 14 years old. It just kept going from there. We were engaged when we were 16 and we got married when we were 20. Whenever I was home, we started the day off with a kiss and we ended the day with a kiss. And just for fun in between, we hugged or held hands. When Mary was diagnosed with her cancer, they did an operation and they thought that they had gotten all of the cancer, but unfortunately it came back after a year. And then the 27th, that night, at about 10 minutes to 11, she appeared to be having some difficulty. She looked up at me and I kind of held her and she took her last breath. Now, being an old fighter pilots are not supposed to cry. I found out that that's not true. You may not have to or can display emotions in a fighter pilot role, but I'm not a fighter pilot anymore.
You can't heal what you don't allow yourself to feel. Feeling it is beginning to heal. That's how grief works.
I was so taken with this idea in life that there's a right way to do things and to excel and to be perfect that I tried to grieve well. And I put a tremendous pressure on myself. I can do this well. I'll grieve better than anybody has ever grieved.
The fact that I am grieving when it is time to grieve does not make me less perfect.
A study recently showed 71% of Americans don't even know their neighbors. So we don't have people to story with even if we want to when somebody dies.
They are becoming more virtual communities in the way we are more connected to our Facebook friends maybe than to the fella on the next corner.